Been busy with work. That's pretty much why I didn't get back to you right away. Uh, as soon as I got to the me dressed as Stalin thing, this wasn't any type of argument against you at all. You're not in the details. That's your own paranoia. Uh, the Crusades? Well, wait, the French Revolution. What about that? I mentioned that, and I said one atheist, Dawkins. I didn't say all atheists. Uh, Christianity. Yeah, there are many Christianities. Basically, anybody who claims to follow Christ. We believe Islam is a form of heretical Christianity. But if you want to say, if you want me to mention who is right, who has the right, who is the correct Christianity, I'm going to say Eastern Orthodoxy, and the rest are heretics. Now they are heretics because they are Christian. Not there. If they weren't Christians, I couldn't call them heretics. I can't call the Hindus heretics. I can't call the Buddhists heretics. Uh, but they are heretics because they are Christian. Does morality come from God or man? Well, as I said before, we're made in the image of likeness of God. We're self-aware. Uh, we have a concept of right and wrong. These develop differently through different societies. God doesn't hand down a moral law. And like I said before, the Old Testament is a history. It's not the. I don't know how many times I have to explain this. This has been explained over and over in my videos. The Bible is not this golden plates from Joseph Smith, or the Quran came down from Allah to Jibril to Muhammad. Uh, when the Christians were putting together the canon, they attached the Old Testament onto it, which was to get everything into context. And they saw many of the things in the prophets as messianic prophecies, but that's only looking back. If you look at the history of Christianity, when did they implement Levitical law or say Levitical law? Oh, this is, yeah, God handed this down to us, we must follow it. This is never the case. Uh, you ask these questions still in the terms of Western Christianity, and then you get very angry that there's no there's no argument there. There's no, we're not going to argue against you about that. So then you dress me up in Stalin clothes and you say, oh, therefore I'm blaming all atheists or blaming communism or anything like that, or that video was any form of veiled reference to you. No. Uh, when I get back from a day at work and I'm exhausted, like I saw your video response up, and I said, I'm gonna deal with that tomorrow because if I try to deal with it today, I'll be up for hours. I won't wake up for work tomorrow. There's many people's messages who I take the same point with. I'm not gonna open a message or reply to a comment where I'm gonna have to get into this big long exchange about it. You're probably right to do so in this case, because now it is gonna get all long and drawn out. Do morals come from God? I said no. I've always said no. Is Levitical law moral, or for the Jews of the time, I guess it would be it would be seen as moral. But then again, I don't say morality comes from God. I say it comes from us. Cosmologically, yes, it comes from God because we're made in the image and likeness of God. We are a conscious, self-aware being, uh, and we have these constructs. So cosmologically, yes. Is it a command? No. I think Gambler kept saying that too. We keep spinning round and round, but not getting down to anything about this. If you want to know the most people who died in the Crusades, you use that term. The West kept sacking its own Eastern brethren. That's where it stole most of its gold before 1492, and then it stole it from the Aztecs afterwards. to quote its churches in. We were the ones getting caught in the crosshairs of that. And so it's very funny that you use those words. Um, yeah, the 20th century has seen more bloodshed, and I was responding to Dawkins. I didn't say all atheists believe this. And then when I said it's not just communist, because I said Captain Osimo said, well, it's because of communists. I said, just look at the French Revolution. I said that out of the struggles, I said the reason why Islam winds up viewing atheism and secularism and all these things as Christian is because born out of the bloodshed of the Protestant on Protestant, Catholic on Protestant fighting in the West, because Orthodoxy wasn't allowed to exist in the West. When they came to the New World, they said, that's it, we're setting up secular law. That you can, I think Thomas Jefferson and Thomas Paine, they both had used this quote, as long as my neighbor doesn't break my leg nor pick my pocket, I don't care what he believes. Which was the basis of setting up America, where we could have freedom of religion. I'll make another response to this, more particular, but this is just the first initial response. Caricaturing me as Stalin. That's very funny, since millions of Orthodox people died under Stalin.